How are you today? Fine, alhamdulillah. Nice to meet you all. A warm and pleasant morning to one and all present here. Welcome to the second day of the International Conference. In the first session, we have Dr. Tasya Aspiranti, Vice Dean, Bandung Islamic University, Indonesia, to deliver the keynote address. Now, we would like to invite Mr. Shihab Ain, Head of the Department of Islamic History, to chair the session. Sir, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Respected Vice Principal of the college, Dr. Jalil, and today's chief guest, Dr. Tasya Aspiranti, Vice Dean, Universitas Islam Bandung, Indonesia, and Dr. Faisal Babu, my colleague, other dignitaries, my colleagues, dear students. Today we have gathered here for the plenary session of the MESCON International Academic Conference. I stand before you today with immense pleasure and a sense of anticipation as we commence the plenary session of MESCON, a distinguished conference that has brought together brilliant minds, experts, and enthusiasts to dwell into the transformative theme. It is an honor to introduce our esteemed keynote speaker for this session, Dr. Tasya Aspiranti, Vice Dean at Islamic University, Bandung, Indonesia. Dr. Tasya's expertise in the field of circular economy and sustainable development is renowned, and we are privileged to have her share her insights with us today. Dr. Tasya, with her vast knowledge and experience, will provide us with a keynote address that promises to illuminate the key principles and strategies underpinning the interactions of circular economy and sustainable financial development. Her insights are not only timely but critical as we negative the complexity of world and search of resilient and responsible economic models. Before we proceed to Dr. Tasya's keynote address, I extended my gratitude to all participants, organizers, and sponsors who have made MESCON possible. Without further ado, let us eagerly await the insights of Dr. Tasya will share with us today. Please join, all are welcoming into this session. Thank you.
Now I would like to welcome Dr. Tasya Aspiranti for her keynote words. Now please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadar rasulullah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Honorable esteemed guests here. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Tasya Aspiranti. I am as a professor in management Department at Bandung Islamic University. Bandung Islamic University is a very good Islamic university in Bandung. Then we are concerning about the sustainable financial development. Then today I will be glad to share all of you about the circular economy. Currently, the circular economy is very popular issues because all of the countries in the world tend to serious to achieve achieve for sustainable development goals. I believe that all of you here already know about the issues of sustainable development goals. And sustainable development goals is an achievement for more than 90 countries in the world. Maybe for ASEAN developing countries, SDGs or sustainable development goals is one of the most important achievement. That's a very important issues, that it is a very crucial issues to be discussed. That I think it is very emerge for all of the government in Asia countries to serious to think, to manage, to organize how sustainable development goals to be reached, to support their economy. Okay. I want to share you circular economy in the bank's context. My field since 2010 is small, medium, micro enterprises that is related with the banks. Banks has a very good role in supporting circular economy implementation. So I want to share today how bank really can support for sustainable development goals in financial context. Okay. I will introduce the background of the circular economy. We have to know that currently all of the countries in the world is not in a good condition because we are in the global crisis. Global crisis, because global crisis has got the real Asia Pacific to achieve the sustainable development goals by 2030. You know that 90 countries in the world has a target. What is the target? The target is in 2030 they will achieve sustainable development goals for 17 targets. Then unfortunately to achieve this target they have many constraints. What is the constraints? They must face poly-crisis, multi-crisis. What is the factors who influence the multi-crisis? About the COVID-19 pandemic, then Russian invasion of Ukraine, then Israel invasion of Palestine. This is really damage all of the environment of the world. Then do not forget, last but not least, about the worsening climate crisis. So you can see in the slide. Okay. I think there is a problem with the projector. It doesn't move. Sorry, it doesn't move. Currently, we are in second slide, but it is still in the first slide. Technical problem. I think we can continue. Okay, once again, I want to share you that currently, our condition in 90 countries in the world is not good because we must face poly crisis. What is a poly crisis? First, COVID-19 pandemic. Even it is over, but after COVID-19 pandemic, we have a lot of problems. We have a lot of effects because of the pandemic. Then we have many problems because of Russian invasion of Ukraine, Israel invasion to Palestine, about the sources, about the materials scarcity because of the war. Then the last but not least about the climate change. So what's the problem? The problem is we need more resources. We need more resources to accelerate economic recovery. It is a must to recover all of the country's economy and address post-pandemic development challenges, including increased cost of living. In Indonesia, we have very serious problem about the increased cost of living. I'm not sure about the India situation, but I guess that India and all of Asia countries has the same problem. We have a problem about the inflation. I'm sure that you agree with me that inflation is too high. Same with Indonesia. That's very serious problem to be solved by our government. Then let's talk about the high inflation. In 2022, or 1 year ago, inflation in developing Asia reached more than 4%. 4.4%, a level unseen in almost a decade. We can see the orange one is inflation in the world. That's still high, but currently you see, okay, that's simple. What's wrong? Yeah, I already moved. Can you see orange line? Orange line is inflation line in the world. But you can see the blue one. Blue line is inflation line for developing Asia. We can see that blue line is higher than orange line. It shows that in developing Asia has more problems for inflation. Same here, Indonesia and India. Indonesia, China has a lot of people. We have a huge population. Huge population can impact many problems, can cause many problems, especially in inflation rates, because our demand of the consumption product is too high. That's why it is a must. We will face the inflation problem. Then let's talk about the very sorry. Again, I have a constraint. Then what is another problem because of the poly crisis is problem about the food and energy scarcity. We can see that food and energy prices surge in 2022 is really increased. Then it is really needed policy. How to control the inflation rate, how to organize the mitigation of COVID-19 pandemic. We can say that COVID-19 is over, but the causes of the COVID-19 pandemic is not over. We still have a complexity problem because of COVID-19. Yeah. Very high unemployment, the scarcity of raw materials, scarcity of sources, food and energy, and a lot of social and economic problems. Yeah. Then can you help me? You can sit.
Okay,
Yeah, we can continue. Yeah. We have a very serious problem. Yeah, but the poor are mostly high cost of living. All of the world, yeah, especially in underdeveloped countries, yeah. We can see that the bottom 50% of community spend more than half their budget. You can imagine, yeah? Spend more than 50% their budget on food, and 10% more on energy than an average household. That's very serious problem. It means that there is a very high inflation of food and energy. There is a problem which is supply is lower than demand. It is very crucial problem. Yeah? Then we can see there is increased cost of living crisis, and the pandemic push millions of Asians into extreme poverty. Yeah, I guess that India has a very serious problem. You agree with me?
no problem.
Yeah, agree, yeah, with me, yeah? Yeah, we just discussed, because a few person here, so I prefer to discuss, to interactive discussion. Yeah. Same with Indonesia, yeah, we really has crucial emerge significant problem about the poverty. Poverty is a real problem, yeah, that must be faced by underdeveloped countries, by developing countries. Even in developed countries like Europe countries, the poverty is still existing. Yeah? Once you visit Paris, yeah, there's a lot of problems about the poverty. A lot of bigger and there. Yeah? A lot of poor people there. Yeah? Then UK, after COVID-19 crisis, really, UK has a big problem about the supply of food, supply of energy. Then all of Europe countries has the same problem. Right now, they are in crisis of the raw materials, especially food and energy, because of Russian invasion to Ukraine. It is a big problem, not only India or Indonesia. We have the same problem, yeah? Compared to pre-pandemic estimates for 2022, an extra around 67% million people were estimated to be extremely poor in developing Asia in 2022. Then I believe that in 2024, the same is not changed yet. Okay? We are in a very serious problem for demand of food and energy. Because supply is lower than demand. It really causes inflation. I want to share first the condition. Then, okay. Again, the problem. The next question is done. What's wrong? Asia Pacific poverty. This is the proportion of population living below the national poverty line. We can see. Okay. Where is Indonesia? Alhamdulillah, Indonesia is in the lowest position here. We just have 10.1% of poverty. Hopefully you understand about this. Indonesia people just 10.1% who are in the poverty line. Okay? Very sorry, this is unpredictable problem. This is technical problem. We will discuss on this Asia Pacific poverty. Kindly see this figure. We can see the proportion of population living below the national poverty line. We can see that Indonesia country has the lowest position for proportion of population living below the national poverty line. We just have 10.1%. But which country has the highest? Afghanistan. It is regional because Afghanistan still in the war, in the conflict situation right now. The political situation is really impacting social and economic condition. Then the second is Mongolia. You can see. Okay, there's another problem. It doesn't work. Very sorry for inconvenience. Okay, we are here now, the poverty line. Okay, we can continue. I want to say that there are many problems about the proportion of population living below the national poverty line as an impact of COVID-19 pandemic, and because of the war in the certain location in the world, like Russian invasion to Ukraine and Israel invasion to Palestine and climate changes. Okay. Then this is another problem. Another problem is energy problem. We can see that Asia is the world's largest energy consumer. We have to aware. As a part of Asia countries, Indonesia and India really consume a lot of energy. And because we have a large population, our population need more energy, yeah? And almost half of that consumption comes from industry, yeah? I see that India has a lot of industry, right? A lot of manufacture, especially in the big cities, yeah? Same with Indonesia, we are growing. We have a target to achieve our economic growth. So that is the reason why we really push manufacturing industry. Yeah? Manufacturing industries has a lot of consumption of energy. Yeah? Then we can see for the global total energy consumption, 42% is consumed by Asia countries. Yeah? We have to aware that next we can start now. Yeah? We have to save the energy because it is really impact the situation in the long term. Yeah? Once we do not save our energy, so our energy supply is lower and lower. Then one day we do not have sufficient energy. This is really a big problem, yeah, for all of the countries in the world. Yeah? The energy is very pricey. It's very expensive. Okay? Then we can see many Asia Pacific countries face the difficult choice of having to balance medium to long term development interests with short term recovery needs. How to recover this situation? It is really the big thing for the government. What should government do to solve this problem? We have at least three main problems about the energy, then food, then we can see plus finance. My area, my field, my expertise is microfinance and micro, small and medium enterprises. A lot of problems must face by micro, small, medium enterprises about the finance. How to finance their business. Why? Finance is related with the scarcity of energy and food because of scarcity of energy and food, so it is impact the inflation rates. Okay? The inflation rates makes a financial problem. Money is very scarcity. Yeah? Money is too difficult to get because every product, every basic commodities is very expensive. So high portion of the people money is contributed to get the basic commodities like food and energy. So they do not have sufficient money, sufficient saving to continue their business. Their business needs more money, more assets, but their money, their assets is allocated for the commodity basic, the commodity basic, for the food, for the energy. That's the problem. Yeah? I think this is really real problem in the underdeveloped country. Yeah? in the developing countries like Indonesia and India. Slide before explained that more than 50% the money of developing countries is allocated to basic commodities. So that's why the people has no saving to continue their business, to finance their tertiary, secondary needs. Okay, because more than 50% their money is allocated for the primary needs. Okay, that's why finance is the most problem for community in developing countries. Okay, yeah. Take a look for this slide. Okay, yeah. It is related with another issues about the green economy. Yeah. Frequently, I said before that we have to save our energy. Yeah, because it really helps to increase our saving of food and energy itself. Then we must know that Russian invasion of Ukraine really straight to derail the green transition. Yeah. Because of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, so really we have to face the poly crisis potentially, even stronger incentives for long-term change. We have to change our habit to use the energy. Okay. Then, what is the solution? I have talked many problems about the poly crisis. Okay. Then we want to talk what is the solution to solve poly crisis. What should government do? Then what should we do as a part of community, as a part of circular economy. Okay, that is the main theme today. This is the main topic today. I have taught a lot of problems about the crisis. Okay, invasion, climate change, then pandemic, energy and food crisis, and the lastest financial crisis. So what is the solution? The solution is green economy. The solution is circular economy. Circular economy really implement green economy. Okay, we will talk about the circular economy. Okay, circular economy is defined as a financing sustainable business models. Sustainable business models. Corporates are looking to the debt capital markets to help further incentives that efforts to reduce, and recycle and support the transition to a circular economy. Okay, next slide, we will see more details about the circular economy. Why circular economy? In the implementation of green economy is very important for developing countries and for all of the countries in the world to save our energy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about the contribution of circular economy to sustainable development goals. Yeah. I said that circular economy is an answer. It's a solution of scarcity. It's a solution of the scarcity of energy and food. Okay. However, the SDGs most directly associated with the circular economy because there are many problems about the severely underfunding with financial support mainly limited to waste management and recycling projects. So circular economy will help the industry to save their energy. Okay, then I will explain why circular economy is very important. Okay. In developed countries, the circular economy is mostly a demand side issue. It is a crucial issue because the need for environmental sustainability, climate change mitigation, waste reduction, and the need for continual use of waste. Then many developed countries has very serious efforts, especially from non-government organizations, to implement circular economy. Okay? Yeah, we can see from this slide. Yeah. There is a consensus about the CE, circular economy. Consensus 2013, 14, 18, then 2017. The circular economy aims to create a new relationship with goods and materials. In the right side, we can see that. Okay. Yeah. We can see that 63% of circular economy implementation is in the circular business model. Then only 2% in the circular oceans. This is real implementation of circular economy in the world. Then we can see 7% problem in the world about the waste or recycling. Then what is the highlight of this slide is again 63% of this implementation in the circular business model. So, what should community do? What should government do? They must focus on circular business model because 63% implementation of circular economy is in circular business model. Okay, let's talk about the definition and detail details of circular economy. Yeah. Recently, I thought that circular economy is very important. Circular economy is very emerged to implement of all of the government in all countries in the world. Circular economy will be reduced waste product, waste reduction of the manufacture process. What is circular economy? Okay. There are different perspectives on the definition of the circular economy. Yeah. Circular economy, as a general, as a system, okay, that is designed to be restorative and regenerative by remanufacturing waste for reuse. Because the outcome is reduce the waste materials. Okay. Is saving energy. Okay. Circular economy is based on business model. Yeah, it is really emphasized reducing, recycle and recover materials and production, distribution and consumption process. What is circular economy? Okay. Circular economy begin with first step. Yeah. Thoughtfully designed. Okay. Circular economy practitioner first they must design the system. They must build the system. How to design the system is very important. Yeah. You have to create the model, the system or the model. Then, the second step is doing the manufacturing. Manufacture. Then, third step is distribute. Yeah, allocate. Then, fourth step is used, repair, and manufacture. Then, this is a very important thing, is recycled. Recycle. So there is no or a very limited wasted materials because we have to save all of the materials. We have to save energy. Yeah? So we have to recycle all of the things in manufacturing process. Okay? Then the outcome is raw materials recovered. So this process, this cycle process is really save the energy, really save the materials. Okay? Yeah? This is circular economy principles. Okay? Design, manufacture, distribute, use, repair, manufacture, recycle, and recover. Okay? Okay. This is another figure about the process of CE. Yeah? Take a look at this figure. The manufacturing process start with raw materials. Okay? Then they're going to design. Then going to production. Then distribution. Then consumption. Yeah. The problem is the step in consumption, right? Commonly, all of the product which is consumed by the people, it will be waste. Okay? Yeah, that's a problem. So there's the problem. They do not save the food. They do not save the energy. circular economy revise the cycle. After consumption process, it must be repaired. It must be reused. So there is limited waste materials, limited waste energy. Yeah? This is residual waste. Then this is the process of circular economy. It must be recycled. It must be recovered. Yeah? So after recover, the materials can be as an input, yeah, to be design and reproduction. That is the principles of circular economy. Okay, it is rational that CE it is very important, yeah, to implement because it really saves energy. Yeah. Once it saves energy, so it can save food. It can help community to save their money. Okay? It really helps to increase the financial capacity of the people in the community. Okay? Then? Yeah. Okay. Once we implement circular economy, really we switch from the conservative economy. What is the conservative economy? Is linear economy. Yeah? Currently, yeah, mostly of the people in the world, especially in developing countries and underdeveloped countries, in the linear economy situation, we take, we make, and we waste. Okay, a lot of garbage here, yeah, I'm sure, in many places in the world, yeah, especially for the plastic. Yeah, a lot of plastic here, I'm sure. Yeah? A lot of food covered by plastic, right? Yeah? Same Indonesia and India. Yeah? We are in manufacture Asia, so plastic usage is common. Okay, yeah, mostly of plastic is wasted. Yeah? It is prohibited in circular economy. Because, yeah, we have to make, use, and recycle. So there is no waste. Yeah, that's the principle of circular economy. How to save energy, food, and finally we save our money. Yeah. Then we can make our life longer. Yeah. Because we can make our saving longer. We can guarantee our sources will be longer. Okay? Yeah. Let's talk about the bank's role. I have said before that my expertise is micro, small, and intermediate enterprises and microfinance. Microfinance is very related with the bank's role because microfinance really relates to source of finance, really related to banks as a financial institution. Okay? Bank's role is very important to implement CE. Yeah? As a lending institution, banks have a great role to play in funding legitimate business activities in the circular economy. Okay? Banks will need to take a different approach to CE finance. Banks can choose which industry can be finance. Banks has a strong authority a strong opportunity to choose which one must be finance. A lot of micro, small, medium enterprises, even big enterprises, can be finance, but bank has an authority to choose which one the best to be finance. That's why a bank has a significant authority to finance the industry, which is implement the circular economy.
In 5 minutes. In 5 minutes.
Okay, I will finalize 5 minutes there. And the benefit is greater loan diversification, promoting responsible and sustainable banking, increased lending to circular clients, and correcting the bad perception about banks in society. This is benefit when bank finance the circular economy industry. Okay, how does bank implement circular economy? Okay, first by stakeholders engagement. They must push their stakeholders to implement CE. Okay, with the stakeholder, government, industry, consumer, clients, and partners. Banks have a lot of partners. Okay, then develop a common understanding of the circular economy. Banks has an opportunity, has a great authority to educate industry, to educate society, to know, to understand about the CE. Okay? Then, banks has an authority to create a guidelines on CE finance. They must create the system to finance the CE industry. Then, adapt existing financial models or develop new financial models for a circular economy. Very great, very big potential, very wide opportunity to create a CE system. Then, banks has an authority to finance the CE industry. This is the figure of the wasted plastic. Then create green banks. Green banks, I think this is a must. Start now and in the future, especially for ASEAN countries. We have to go back to green for every sectors. Economy, politics, science must be back to green issues. Then, train risk and compliance start. Then promote the strong culture. Then ensuring that all of the members of bank can implement the CE. Okay, thank you so much. This is my presentation. Hopefully can contribute benefit for all of us. Thank you once again. Very sorry for a lot of inconvenience, trouble this session. Thank you so much for all of the committees. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
You talked about CE. CE, while considering CE, thinking about the quality of the products. If we implement CE in a small or medium enterprise, what do you think? Does the quality of the product change? And if it changes, the customers will prefer the better quality ones and will not consider the lower quality ones. So when we are using CE or when we are implementing CE in an enterprise, thinking about the final product is made out of reused and recycled materials. So customer who prefers the best quality materials will not be more attracted towards the CE implemented enterprise. So is there any solution for that, and what do you think about that?
Thank you so much. What's your name?
My name is Shamil.
Sharon. Okay. Oh. What department you come from?
I'm from Commerce.
Commerce. Okay. Thank you so much for your appreciation of my presentation. That's very good vision. Yeah. Not question. Just we discuss each other. Yeah. I really appreciate about your position. Your occasion is very good because it is related with how to improve CE in micro and small medium enterprises. Yeah? The answer is government role. Yeah? The government must support CE implementation, especially in micro, small, and medium enterprises. Yeah? Especially in my countries, I'm sure in India has the same situation that micro, small, and medium enterprises consist of more than 90% of industries. Yeah. Yes, more than 90%, doctor. Yeah. So what should government do? They must share incentives. Yeah. Incentives. Incentives must be given, yeah, must be shared, yeah, to micro, small, medium enterprises which really implement the CE. They must support. Yeah, really India did. Yeah, yeah. Indonesia has a great efforts. How to push, how to encourage micro, small, medium enterprises to implement CE. Yeah? First, they must share or give incentives. Okay? Then second, yeah, government must campaign. Yeah? How to encourage, how to socialize, how to introduce the community. They must aware, yeah, about the usage of plastics. Example. Yeah, in Indonesia, in the big mall or supermarket, really reduce the usage of plastic. This is a part of campaign. Yeah, how to implement CE. So, supermarket, yeah, industry, retailer, yeah, they really reduce the usage of plastic or waste materials. Yeah, really reduce. Last time, our local government in Bandung City, yeah, really warned supermarket to give plastic back to the consumer. Okay, you bring back, yeah, or yeah, we do not have plastic bag anymore. Yeah, you must pay, yeah, for the cotton cotton bag, yeah, or we cannot provide bag. It's depend on you. The principle is industry cannot support anymore, yeah, the products which is consist of unrecycled materials. Yeah? Okay. Incentives, then campaign, then socialize, then educate the communities. Then government must share incentive to the bank. Okay. Yeah? Government parallelly with the banks, yeah, to implement CE. Yeah? Government must give incentives the banks which is implement CE. What is the indicators they implement CE? The portion of financing sectors. A lot of financing sectors, yeah, which is financed by the bank. Okay? Yeah, they they put their money in the real sectors and the stock market, in the real sectors, sometimes then obligations. Sukuk is exists in India. Sukuk, or then the government obligation. We have ORI, Indonesia, Obligation Republic Indonesia. We have. Right now, bank must start to switch their financing to green industry. Banks must select, which industry, which is finance. The indicators is are they implementing or no? That's an answer. 5 policy.
My deputy sir, this is a wonderful session. I'm very much glad to present here. Firstly, I extremely said sorry about the inconvenience for the technical session. I extend my thanks on behalf of me and on behalf of the department. A wonderful session because our students enjoyed your session. So, and thank to all of you attending this session. We are moving to the next technical session. For the interview, I give you the one of the prize gift. Okay. After that, we will take a tea. Then